there's a question that has haunted mankind for centuries. What makes one man a legend, while another dies forgotten? What separates the 1% from the other 99%, those who live and die as nothing more than shadows in the crowd? Picture this. A dark room, damp air, a cracked mirror covered in dust. A man sits slumped, his eyes bloodshot from years of failure, debt, rejection. He whispers to himself, "How much longer can I live like this? How much longer will I let fear hold me prisoner?" And then, silence. A silence heavy as stone pressing down on his chest. No footsteps. No comfort. Nothing but him and the darkness. And in that silence, he rises. He wipes the dried blood from the corner of his eye. He stares into the mirror. And for the first time, he sees something different. A man capable of breaking chains, rewriting fate, and altering the destiny of his bloodline. You may think you still have time, that tomorrow will come, and somehow things will change. But the brutal truth is this: tomorrow is not promised. History does not carve the names of those who wait. It only belongs to those who step into pain, who pay the price, who dare to confront themselves. This is not a speech to comfort you. This is an alarm, a war drum beating against your chest. And in this very moment, only one question remains. Why not you? There comes a moment in every life where the mirror speaks louder than the world. A moment when the noise of doubt, fear, and mediocrity finally becomes unbearable. It whispers, "You've been here long enough. You've lived in hesitation long enough. You've been broke long enough. You've been rejected, overlooked, and beaten down long enough. How many more nights will you bargain with yourself? How many more mornings will you wake up to the same cage, built not of iron, but of your own excuses?" The average man waits. He convinces himself that time is his ally, that tomorrow will fix today, that comfort, somehow, will lead to transformation. But comfort has never created kings. Comfort has only ever birthed slaves. The 1% are not born in ease. They are forged in discomfort, in the decision to separate themselves from the herd. They see what the masses cannot, that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and that mediocrity is the most dangerous addiction of all. Imagine standing in a crowd of thousands, all staring at the same direction, all chanting the same words, all waiting for permission, and then imagine being the one who dares to turn around, who dares to walk the other way. That is the first act of rebellion. That is the birth of the 1%. Breaking away from the masses is not about arrogance. It is about clarity. It is looking at the world and saying, "If I stay here, I will die here. If I follow them, I will become them. And that is not my destiny." The herd will laugh. They will call you reckless, foolish, delusional. But what they call foolishness today, history will call courage tomorrow. The crowd does not understand the language of vision. They only understand the language of conformity. The decision to separate yourself is brutal because it means betrayal. Betrayal of the comfort you once worshipped. Betrayal of the lies you once told yourself. But separation is the only path to sovereignty. No king ever rose from the middle of the crowd. Every king began by walking away from it. So ask yourself, how much longer will you beg for permission to be great? How much longer will you wait for the world to notice you, when history only notices the ones who dare to move first? The 1% are not invited. They are not chosen. They do not wait for open doors. They kick down the door. They decide that mediocrity will not be their inheritance. They decide that average will not run in their bloodline. And it all begins with a single choice, a declaration whispered in silence but thunderous in consequence. I refuse to be ordinary. Enough is enough. I will not bow to the comfort of the herd. I will walk my own path, no matter the cost. This is the first law of the 1%. Separate or be swallowed. Every empire begins with blood, not metaphorical blood, not poetic blood, real blood. Sweat dripping from your forehead, tears that sting your eyes, and wounds that make you question if you have the strength to continue. The average man runs from pain. The moment life hurts, he looks for escape distractions, addictions, excuses. He tells himself he deserves comfort, that suffering is unfair, that life should be easier, and that lie keeps him weak. The 1% are different. They understand that pain is not punishment, it is initiation. It is the fire that burns away weakness. It is the crucible that forges resilience. Pain is the tax life demands for greatness, and the 1% are willing to pay in full. Picture a fighter stepping into the ring, his body already battered, his vision blurred, ribs aching from the last round. The crowd is chanting, some waiting for him to fall. But he doesn't quit. He wipes the blood from his eyes and raises his fists again. That is the difference. Not the absence of pain, but the decision to keep moving through it. Your enemies, your failures, your betrayals, they are not here to destroy you. They are here to test your threshold, to ask you, how much can you take before you break? The 1% answer with action. They take the hit, absorb the blow, and keep advancing. Machiavelli once observed that men are ruled by fear and hope. Pain strips away illusions until only those two remain. The average man chooses fear. He retreats, he hides, he folds. The 1% choose hope, hope not as a wish, but as a weapon. The hope that every drop of sweat is building a future, every wound is engraving strength into their bones. Pain is not permanent, but the strength you gain from enduring it is eternal. Today's agony is tomorrow's advantage. Today's wound is tomorrow's weapon. Look around you. The monuments of history were not built by men who avoided pain. They were built by men who carried scars like armor. Caesar was stabbed by his own Senate. Churchill faced ridicule before victory. Mandela endured prison before freedom. Legends are not those who lived without suffering. They are those who turned suffering into sovereignty. So the question is not, will you face pain? Pain is inevitable. The real question is, will you face it willingly? The 1% don't wait for the storm to pass. They walk into the storm. They know every strike, every rejection, every betrayal is another layer of steel added to their character. And when the world whispers, "You will break," they answer, "Maybe. But if I break, I will rebuild. Stronger, harder, sharper." That is what it means to belong to the 1%. To look pain in the eye and say, "Do your worst. I will not bow. I will not run. I will endure, and I will rise." The herd avoids pain. The 1% embrace it, because they know the man who suffers willingly is the man who cannot be defeated. The chains that hold most men are not made of iron. They are made of memory. The past is the most seductive prison, one built from betrayal, humiliation, mistakes, and regrets that replay in the mind like a broken film reel. How many times have you replayed the moment someone left you? The deal that collapsed, the friend who betrayed you, the words that cut so deep they still echo years later. You can't move forward because you're staring in the rearview mirror, trying to rewrite a scene that has already ended. This is why the masses remain ordinary. They live as prisoners of what was, not architects of what could be. The 1% see differently. They acknowledge the past, but refuse to worship it. They bleed, they hurt, they fall, but they lift their eyes to something greater. A vision that is stronger than memory. Picture a general betrayed by his closest allies. His army scattered, his empire crumbling. He stands on the battlefield of his failures, surrounded by ghosts of the past. The ordinary man would sink into despair. But the leader, the visionary, he does something radical. He looks beyond the ashes and imagines a city that does not yet exist. He sees towers, victories, triumphs. His body is still in the ruins, but his mind has already moved into the future. That is vision. Vision is the ability to see past the rejection, past the rage, past the scars. It is the discipline of focusing not on where you have been, but on where you are going. The 1% know that if you cannot imagine tomorrow, you will be devoured by yesterday. The herd says, "Look what happened to me." The 1% says, "Look what is about to happen through me." Friend. Machiavelli understood this when he wrote, "The wise man must always consider the future, for fortune changes like the wind." He knew that kings are not defined by what they suffered, but by what they built after suffering. Think about it. Every scar on your body, every wound in your soul, can either be a shackle or a banner. For the weak, scars are reminders of defeat. For the strong, scars are proof of survival. They wave them like flags, announcing to the world, I endured, and I am still here. To join the 1%, you must shift your gaze. Stop obsessing over who left, who mocked, who doubted. Stop clinging to failures as if they define you. The truth is brutal but liberating. Nobody cares about your past as much as you do. The world only pays attention when you rise. So rise. Lift your head above the ruins. Imagine something greater than the betrayal. Imagine something stronger than the pain. Because vision is not sight. Sight sees what is. Vision sees what must be. And when the past whispers, you'll never escape me, the 1% reply, watch me. This is the power of vision, to step out of the shadows of yesterday and walk into the light of tomorrow. The herd looks back. The 1% look forward. And in that forward gaze lies the foundation of destiny. There is a silent disease that kills more men than war. Complacency. The moment a man believes he has arrived, he begins to rot. His hunger fades, his edge dulls, and slowly, without realizing it, he dies while still breathing. This is why the masses remain average. They mistake small victories for final victories. They achieve something once, and then they cling to it like a trophy, replaying the same story until it loses all meaning. One-hit wonders, forgotten by time. The 1% are different. They never arrive. Even at the height of power, they whisper to themselves, I am only getting started. This is the essence of the growth mindset. The relentless pursuit of becoming stronger, sharper, wiser. While the herd avoids discomfort, the 1% seek it. While the herd clings to what they know, the 1% are obsessed with learning what they don't know. Picture a blacksmith in the dead of night, hammering iron until sparks fly. The weapon is not forged in one strike. It is beaten, shaped, refined, again and again, until it becomes indestructible. The 1% treat themselves the same way. Every day, they hammer out weakness, ignorance, arrogance. They embrace the blows because they know, without pressure, there is no edge. Machiavelli warned that rulers who believed they had learned enough were already preparing their own downfall. History proves him right. Empires collapse not because of external enemies, but because leaders stop growing while their rivals evolve. Invisible power belongs to those who remain students, while others pretend to be masters. It is the humility to admit, I don't know enough. It is the hunger to ask, what can I sharpen today? The herd seeks validation. The 1% seek evolution. The herd says, I've made it. No 10. The 1% say, I'm just warming up, and this mindset becomes an invisible force, a magnetic pull that others can sense. People follow the 1% not because of what they have, but because of who they are becoming. The world cannot resist momentum, and growth creates momentum. But make no mistake, growth is painful. To grow means to shed. To grow means to destroy the old version of yourself, again and again, until nothing remains but sharpened steel. This is why the weak stay weak. They fear the death of their old selves. The 1% embrace it. They are reborn daily. So ask yourself, when was the last time you allowed yourself to be a beginner again? When was the last time you sought discomfort, embraced ignorance, humbled yourself to learn from someone stronger? The answer to that question will tell you whether you are moving forward or slowly dying. The invisible power of the 1% is not in their possessions, but in their obsession. Obsession with growth. Obsession with progress. Obsession with never being the same man tomorrow as they are today. This is their secret. They will never stop sharpening. They will never stop evolving. And because of that, they will never be defeated. The herd clings to comfort. The 1% cling to growth. And in that difference lies the seed of immortality. A man without a mission is already dead. He breathes, he walks, he speaks, but inside, he is hollow. He wakes up each day not to conquer, but to survive. And survival is the anthem of the masses. The 99% wander through life asking, what should I do? They drift from one distraction to the next, chasing comfort, chasing validation, chasing whatever the world dangles before them. But the 1% move differently. They don't ask, what should I do? They declare, this is why I'm here. Mission is what separates kings from pawns. It is what transforms ordinary men into unshakable forces. When you know your why, every obstacle becomes bearable. When you lack it, the smallest challenge crushes you. Picture a nameless soldier walking across a battlefield littered with corpses. Around him, men abandon their weapons, surrender, flee. But he bends down and picks up a fallen sword. Why? Because he whispers to himself, if I don't fight, no one will. That conviction, that purpose, turns an invisible man into a leader. The 1% are relentless because their mission is bigger than their pain. They bleed, but they continue. They fail, but they rise. They are betrayed, but they keep marching. Not because it's easy, not because it feels good, but because their mission does not allow retreat. Machiavelli understood this when he said that men are driven either by necessity or by ambition. Mission fuses both. It makes your struggle necessary and your ambition undeniable. It becomes the compass that points north, even when the world collapses around you. Ask yourself, what is your mission? Why do you rise each morning? If the answer is weak, your actions will be weak. If the answer is shallow, your legacy will be shallow. But if the answer is fierce, if your why is carved into your bones, then nothing can stop you. Mission is not about money. Money is a byproduct. Mission is not about recognition. Recognition fades. Mission is about impact. It's about knowing that your existence altered the trajectory of history, that your life cut through the noise and left scars on the fabric of time. The herd lives for approval. The 1% live for assignment. The herd waits to be chosen. The 1% appoint themselves. Do you know why legends are remembered? It's not because they were flawless. It's because they had a mission that consumed them, and they burned everything in pursuit of it. Caesar did not cross the Rubicon because it was safe. He crossed because it was necessary. And so, you must decide. Will you keep wandering, asking the world for permission to exist? Or will you carve your mission into stone and let it burn in your veins until your last breath? Because here is the truth. The man who knows his why will outlast, outfight, and outbuild every man who doesn't. He will not bow. He will not retreat. He will not waste time on distractions. His mission is his oxygen. His why is his crown. This is what it means to be 1%, to wake up each morning with fire in your eyes and war in your heart, whispering, this is why I'm here, and until my mission is complete, I will not stop. Greatness has never been free. Every crown has been purchased. Every throne has been paid for in advance with sacrifice, with blood, with the slow and merciless killing of comfort. The masses dream of glory but recoil at the cost. They say they want freedom, but refuse to pay with discipline. They say they want wealth, but fear the investment. They say they want power, but cling to safety. And so they die ordinary, trapped in the illusion that greatness should come without a bill. The 1% know better. They know every victory demands a payment, and the invoice is always stamped with suffering. Picture a man standing at a crossroads. One path is smooth, paved, lined with flowers. Crowds walk it, laughing, eating, celebrating. The other path is jagged, steep, filled with thorns, darkness, and silence. No one dares step on it. The man hesitates, tempted by the easy road. But then he whispers, ease has never made legends. Pain has always been the currency of kings. And with that, he takes the thorned path. This is the price of greatness. To give up the life you want today for the life you are destined to build tomorrow. to bury friendships that keep you small, to abandon comforts that keep you tame, to sacrifice nights of pleasure for mornings of discipline. Machiavelli warned rulers that stability is fleeting and fortune favors the bold. Boldness is costly. It isolates you, exposes you, forces you into battles the herd will never face. But only those willing to risk everything can command anything. The herd wants greatness without grief. The 1% accept grief as the gatekeeper of greatness. They know comfort will betray them, but pain will refine them. Think of every empire. Rome, forged in war. America, built through revolution. Even your own body muscle only grows by tearing and repairing itself. Nothing strong is born without breaking. So the question is not, do you want greatness? Everyone wants it. The real question is, will you pay the price? The price will demand your old life. It will demand your old habits, your old fears, your old self. It will strip you of certainty. It will mock you with delay. It will push you to the edge of quitting. And when you whisper, is it worth it? The silence will test you. But here is the paradox. The pain of paying the price is temporary. The pain of refusing to pay lasts forever. One road burns for a season. The other chains you for a lifetime. The 1% endure the burn. They understand that the furnace that threatens to destroy them is the same fire that will reveal their crown. So ask yourself, what comforts are you clinging to? What habits, what people, what illusions are you unwilling to sacrifice? Because those things are the true cost of your crown. The 1% write checks in suffering, and history always cashes them. The herd wants glory on credit. But there is no credit in greatness, only payment in full. The difference between the herd and the 1% is not that the 1% never fall. It's that every time they fall, they rise with a whisper that terrifies mediocrity. Do it again. Failure destroys the average man. One rejection, and he retreats. One betrayal, and he swears never to trust again. One setback, and he convinces himself that destiny was against him. But the 1% refuse to let failure be final. They bleed, they break, they cry, and then they return to the battlefield with the same words burning in their chest. Do it again. Picture a craftsman carving a statue from stone. He strikes the hammer, and the rock resists. He strikes again, and it still resists. Days pass, his hands blister, his arms ache, but he keeps striking. And then one day, the stone cracks, revealing the masterpiece inside. That is the power of repetition. That is the power of refusing to stop. Machiavelli taught that fortune favors those who are relentless, not those who are lucky. History confirms it. Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. Caesar lost battles before he ruled empires. Mandela endured decades in prison before walking free as a leader. None of them stopped. They all whispered, do it again. Repetition is not glamorous. It is not celebrated. The world does not applaud the man swinging in the dark. But the world bows when the light finally appears. The herd wants instant victory. The 1% build habits of victory. The truth is, success is not a single act. It is a pattern. It is not a moment, it is momentum. And momentum is built one repetition at a time. Every day you wake up and choose to show up again, you are feeding momentum. Every day you work when no one is watching, you are sharpening your edge. Every day you whisper, do it again. You are engraving victory into your character. The herd says, I tried. The 1% say, I will try again until I win. Do it again when the world doubts you. Do it again when your body aches. Do it again when your friends quit. Do it again when the mirror screams that you can't. Because every again is a weapon. Every repetition is a crack in the wall, standing between you and destiny. At first, nothing will happen. You will sweat, you will bleed, you will question if you're insane. But persistence has a law. What resists today will surrender tomorrow. The 1% understand this law. They know that legends are not made by single victories, but by repeated strikes, relentless comebacks, and scars earned through consistency. So when the world asks you why you're still fighting, why you haven't given up, Why you keep returning after every failure answer with the only words that matter. Because I am not finished. Because I will do it again. The herd quits once. The 1% rise 1,000 times. And in the end, history only remembers the ones who refuse to stop swinging. Most families live inside invisible prisons. Generations pass down the same chains. Poverty, fear, weakness, addiction, mediocrity. Fathers hand them to sons. Mothers hand them to daughters. Entire bloodlines rot because no one dares to break the cycle. The masses accept this inheritance. They excuse themselves with phrases like, "It runs in the family," or "That's just how things are." They do not realize that what they call destiny is nothing more than repetition. The 1% see differently. They look at the cycle, and instead of bowing to it, they sharpen their teeth against it. They whisper, "It may have destroyed them, but it will end with me." Picture a long table in a dim room, portraits of ancestors staring down from the walls. All of them wore the same mask of defeat, men who gave up too early, women who silenced their dreams, generations chained by fear. And now one person sits at the head of that table, fists clenched, heart burning. They rise and declare, "This curse dies here, with me." That declaration is the essence of the 1%. They are the ones who choose to be the reset button of their bloodline. They are the disruptors, the innovators, the ones history never forgets because they did what no one else dared. Machiavelli warned that fortune belongs to those bold enough to seize it. But boldness is not only about conquering kingdoms. Sometimes it is about conquering the ghosts in your own house. Ask yourself, what cycles are you repeating without even realizing it? The arguments, the addictions, the failures, the small thinking. How much of your life is not your choice, but a copy of the generations before you? The 1% refuse to copy. They edit. They erase. They rewrite. But understand this, breaking cycles will cost you. It will cost you the comfort of family approval. It will cost you the illusion of belonging. It will cost you the safety of conformity. The moment you choose to rise above your bloodline, you will be called arrogant, ungrateful, disloyal. They will try to shame you back into the cycle. This is why only the ruthless can truly break free. It takes a cold heart to look at your own blood and say, "I love you, but I will not live like you. I will not die like you." And when you do, when you finally break the cycle, you don't just free yourself. You free every generation after you. Your children will not inherit chains, they will inherit crowns. Think of the names that echo through history. They were not just kings and conquerors. They were men and women who said, "Enough." They looked at centuries of weakness and dared to ignite a dynasty of strength. The herd surrenders to the curse. The 1% create a new lineage. So the question is not whether the cycle exists in your life. It does. The real question is, will you pass it on, or will you be the one to break it? Because somebody in your bloodline has to be the first. Somebody has to bleed so the rest can breathe. Somebody has to declare, "It ends with me," and it begins again, greater than ever. This is the burden of the 1%, and this is their crown. The greatest fear of the herd is not failure. It is uncertainty. They cling to the familiar, even when it is killing them, because the unknown terrifies them more than misery. That is why most men die in the same town they were born in, why they keep the same friends who secretly despise them, why they repeat the same job, the same routines, the same excuses year after year, until their lives are nothing more than circles of quiet desperation. The 1% know that greatness does not live in circles. It lives in uncharted territory. To be extraordinary, you must step off the map. Picture a man standing at the edge of a vast wilderness. Behind him lies the village of comfort, warm fires, predictable days, the safety of mediocrity. Before him stretches a dark forest filled with shadows, wolves, storms, and silence. The villagers warn him, "Don't go. Stay here. Be safe." But deep in his chest, a voice whispers, "If you want to become more than they are, you must go where they will not." And so he takes the step, alone. That step is what separates the herd from history makers. Machiavelli wrote that fortune favors the bold. Boldness is not about arrogance. It is about entering the chaos of uncertainty with the conviction that you will bend it to your will. Kings are not crowned in comfort, they are crowned in storms. The herd wants guarantees before they act. The 1% act before guarantees exist. They invest before certainty. They move before approval. They step into darkness with nothing but vision as their torch. Understand this. Entering the unknown will not feel good. It will strip you of security. It will suffocate you with doubt. It will make you question your sanity. But it is in that place where no map exists that true power is born. Think of the innovators, the explorers, the empire builders. They did not inherit instructions. They wrote them. Columbus sailed without knowing what shores awaited. Alexander marched beyond the known world. Entrepreneurs today risk everything in markets no one believes in. Each of them chose uncertainty over stagnation. The 1% know that uncertainty is not an enemy. It is raw material. It is clay waiting to be shaped, chaos waiting to be ordered, darkness waiting to be conquered. So ask yourself, how long will you cling to the illusion of safety? How long will you beg the future to look like the past? Because safety is not safety. Safety is slow death. The moment you step into the unknown, you terrify the herd. You expose their cowardice. You remind them of what they could have been, but chose not to be. That is why they will call you reckless, insane, arrogant. But one day, when you have built an empire out of uncertainty, they will rename you visionary. The herd stays where it is familiar. The 1% walk where no footprints exist. And in the end, the unknown does not destroy the bold. It crowns them. Look back at the path we've walked. From the decision to separate from the herd, to the scars of pain, to the burden of vision, the fire of mission, the price of greatness, the relentless spirit of do it again, the breaking of cycles, and the courage to step into the unknown. Every law of the 1% leads to one truth. Greatness is not given. It is seized. History will not remember the excuses you carried. It will not preserve the comfort you clung to. It will only record whether you rose or whether you bowed. The herd will always choose the easy road. They will beg for safety. They will wait for tomorrow. And tomorrow will bury them. But the 1% understand there is no tomorrow. There is only now. Machiavelli wrote that men are driven by fear and hope. The masses are ruled by fear. The 1% are ruled by a ruthless hope, a hope forged in fire, sharpened by discipline, fueled by a mission that will not let them rest. So here, at the end, the question returns the same question that echoed in the darkness of the intro. Why not you? Why not be the one who breaks the curse in your family? Why not be the one who pays the price and wears the crown? Why not be the one who writes a name in history that time cannot erase? The herd will tell you it's impossible. They will laugh. They will doubt. But remember this. Every legend was once mocked. Every empire was once doubted. Every king was once alone. The only difference is they chose, and now it's your turn. So decide. Rise. Claim the crown, because history is waiting, and it will not wait forever.